Hi, my name is Adam and welcome to Scam Awareness. This current course is going to focus on scams that are targeted for people over the age of 55 years old. Unfortunately, that's becoming more and more prevalent, but if you're watching this and you're under 55, these are still very valid for you. Now, let's have a look at what's actually happening right now when it comes to scamming. At a glance, in 2024-2025, around 99.6 million was lost to people over the age of 55. I realise it says 65 on that slide, but it is over the age of 55. But that's only what was reported. The things that weren't reported is estimated to be triple that. People are too embarrassed to report when they've been scammed, and I fully understand that. Don't feel embarrassed. Total scams in Australia are around $2.3 billion reported. So again, we're focusing on things that have been reported and not unreported. You can imagine how much has been done that hasn't been reported. So if we look at what's been targeted lately, it has been things, today's plan is to go through the 6 most common scams that are targeting older Australians. How to spot them, how to stop and check and protect yourself. And then afterwards, you can send me some question and answers as well. Well, you can't send me answers, but you can send me some questions and I'm happy to answer them for you. Okay, the 6 common scams. Let's look at each of these scams types and ask, what would you do? Bank impersonators. Unfortunately, this is becoming more and more prevalent. With the advent of AI and recording and deepfakes, this is becoming harder and harder to recognize. Now, how it starts. You get a call, a text, an email claiming to be from your bank, from the fraud team or something like that. Red flags. What they'll do, they'll say this is extremely urgent, and they're asking for your PIN or your password or your OTP, and they try as hard as they can to keep you on the line. Your bank will never ask for this. What you say to them is, my bank would never say this. Hang up and actually call your bank. What they'll try to say to you is, hey, your account is compromised. We need your OTP code. That code is the code that is sent to you as a text message. No one can see that. Your bank can't see that. One of the biggest ones I've seen is, hey, look, we need to transfer your money into a safe account. Again, your bank will never say this. If you get a call, a message, or anything like this, look up your bank's website, your official bank's website. Hang up, delete that message, and call your bank and say, hey, look, I got this message. What does it mean? I can guarantee you your bank will never call and harass you and ask for those messages. The biggest things to look out for are these things here under red flag. How they say it's so urgent. So once we're looking at these here, the extreme urgency, and they'll put lots and lots of pressure on you, trying to get you to give that information. They'll literally swear at you. They'll put a lot of pressure on you. Simply hang up. They'll try to call back, hang up again. Right. The text message scams, what they typically will look like. This is an example from the Commonwealth Bank. Your account has been locked due to suspicious activity. Click on this link here. Okay, what's wrong with this link is simply it does not look like a link you'd get from the Commonwealth Bank, and the Commonwealth Bank would never ever send you this type of message. And the phone call will sound very similar to this. Hello, I'm calling from the NAB fraud team. We've detected suspicious transactions. I need your 6-digit security code to stop them. Your bank will never ever call and say this. Never. There's never a chance that they'll call and say this. They'll probably call, and I have personally had this call. and said, hey, look, we've detected suspicious activity on your account, I'll look at the phone and say, I don't believe that. So I'll literally call back the bank. And it was real. But they'll never ask you for that 6-digit security code to stop it. From the Australia Post, your parcel has failed. Pay $2.50 to for a redelivery fee. AusPost, again, the Australian Post is a government organisation. If anything was there, it would be .gov.au. Look at this link and it is suspicious. An email notification might look something like this. Your ANZ account will be suspended. Click to verify your identity below. Now, what they're trying to do here is get you to enter in your personal details so they have it. Never, ever, ever click on something like that and enter your personal details because it is fake. And the last example we have here is you have a $487 tax refund waiting. Update your details. And again, that will be a link. Look, check the phone numbers, check the email addresses, check everything. Be suspicious of everything that you get on your devices these days. The things that will be very noticeable is the urgency they place on it. And they'll get extremely upset once you start pushing back because they know that they're losing that opportunity. Real versus scam, how you can tell the difference. Okay, this is a real example from, say, the National Australia Bank, from Commonwealth Bank. Your NAB card ending in 123 was used for a transaction of $56.80 at Woolworths. If this wasn't you, call this number. There's no link, there's no urgency, there's no previously provided specific details that you can verify. This is literally what I get from the Commonwealth Bank every single time I make a transaction. Scam. Urgent. Your NAB account has had suspicious activity. Click this link. You'll never get a link like this from your banks. You'll never get a message like that if it's generally your bank. I know it looks urgent, but it's not real. Another example that you might see from the Commonwealth Bank or National Australia Bank or one of the other banks that may be real. We've added a new payee alert to your account. Open the CommBank to review. Now, that will be the same whether it's NAB, Bendigo Bank, or any of those banks. A fake one, we've detected unusual activity, and unfortunately on behind there, it will literally say we've locked your account, click on this message here. Now, you look at the link here, I've actually seen this link in action, combnk.verify. You'll never, ever, ever see something like that. Investment and fake term deposit scams. Okay. If it sounds too good to be true, it normally is. But how these start? You get an ad or an offer for safe, high return investments or long-term deposits or something along those lines. The red flags that you want to look out for. Returns, too good to be true. Look, they're too good to be true. If someone's offering you a return of 50% or 8% guaranteed or whatever they say, it's too good to be true. It really is. They want you to invest extremely quickly. So they're pressuring you to hand over money like that because they know eventually these scams are going to be found out and you know about it. They'll contact you via your mobile or a chat app like WhatsApp or Teams or even sometimes on Facebook. I've actually got some on Facebook. What you do, verify directly with the bank. Go to their website and ask them. Now, unfortunately in 24-25, if we look down here, 945 million were lost to investment scams. Again, this is only the ones that have been reported, with 66 million from over 65s or over 55s alone. This is massive, guys. We really need to keep an eye on what's happening. Romance and online dating scams. You might think this is a bit of a funny one, but it is quite serious. how it starts is normally contact via a dating app, or I literally had one last night that came through via a text message. It said, "Hi, how you going?" I'm like, "Well, who's this?" And they said, "Oh, is that Emily?" And then it started from that, and this person wanted to become friends. They said they're from South Korea with an Australian phone number, and I basically just cut it off then. That would never happen. But the contact starts via a dating app, social media, and they start building rapport quickly with constant messaging and declarations of affection. So they'll start telling you they love you straight away, and that they'll have excuses never to meet in person a lot of the time as well. So they might say they live in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. "Oh, look, I can't get there. I've got a sick family." And they request money very quickly as well. They try to target people, and I don't want to put it this way, but lonely people. Like myself, they'll try to target people like myself that want affection very quickly. And they'll send you photos that aren't real. They'll use deepfake to send those type of photos. What they say, "I need help with a medical emergency. Send money for flights to visit you. Invest together in this opportunity." Unfortunately, we've had 157 million lost in romance scams in 24-25. Again, these are the only ones reported. I can guarantee you that that's almost double from the ones that weren't reported. I had a client recently that lost over $50,000 in a romance scam. And this particular person that was scamming her was very good. It was a constant. "Oh, I'm coming to meet you," and then they lost the ticket or things like that. It is very easy to fall for. And please don't feel like you're silly if something like this happens to you. The smartest people this type of thing happens to. Remote access payment scams. Now, this is a hard one for us in IT because it affects how we can help people. How it starts, you normally get a call, say, from a bank or from an antivirus company or something like that. They claim that from the bank, the fraud team, and ask to install remote software like AnyDesk and TeamViewer. We use that software to help our clients. So again, this is what makes it hard for us. They request you install the software. They want to keep you on the phone, keep you right there so they can control you, and tell you that this is the biggest red flag of all. This one here, tell you you're not allowed to call anyone else. Right, take that into very big considerations. Why wouldn't they want you to talk to anyone? This is because they want to control what's going on. If you hear that, hang up immediately. Never install software like that from a random person calling. Look, if you've requested a job through, say, Jim's IT, and we ring you and you've got that request that came through on your phone and say, "Hey, look, can we connect your computer remotely?" That is genuine, okay? That does happen on a regular basis because you've initiated that. But if you haven't initiated it and you get that random call, don't do it. Still be skeptical, of course. Still be very skeptical. And if you don't want people like us to connect, you have every right to say no. And we will come out to your site. What they'll say to you, "We need to remotely connect to protect you. Log in while you watch," and they secure it. And they want to transfer your money to a safe account. Again, these are very high red flags. In the period of 24-25, 106 million were lost to that type of scamming that was reported. Number 5, tech support scams. Again, very similar to number 4, and it affects us in the IT industry greatly. It affects our job because people pretend to be us. Now, how it starts, a pop-up warning or a call claiming your computer has a virus or has been hacked. I've seen these pop-ups numerous times. They'll pop up and say your computer's been infected or your file's been locked. Look, 99% of the time, it's a pop-up message that's covering the screen. And someone from, say, Jim's IT, we can get rid of that. Now, there'll be a number on there to call and it'll be a fake support. Now, how you notice that? is unsolicited tech support offers, pop-ups with phone numbers, payments via gift card or crypto. This is a big one. I've seen this numerous times. As silly as it sounds to a lot of us, people accept the fact that they want payment via a gift card. To me, in my head straight away, that's an alert, but I can understand why people that don't understand how technology works will accept that. What they'll say to you, call this number immediately to fix. Again, will never happen. Pay for our products or services, buy gift cards to remove your virus. This one here would be my biggest call out. If that ever happens, you know that you've been scammed. We would never ask for payments via a gift card in the IT industry. It just would never happen. You can pay us via a gift card. Like, it just say you're going through Jim's IT, Avatech, or any other IT company like Geeks to You. We have gift cards. So you can pay us via gift card, but we'll never ask to pay by, say, a Woolworths card or one of those cards like that. Tech scams remain one of the most reported scam types targeting older Australians, literally because older Australians don't understand the technology a lot of the time. Number 6, phishing and SMS scams. How this starts. You get a text message appearing in the same thread as a real bank message or email that looks genuine from MyGov, ATO, or a delivery service. What they say, suspicious activity, click to verify, package waiting, update details, tax refund available, log in here. Red flags to look out for here are links in unexpected text or emails, requests to log in or OTP, spelling errors or strange sender. Now, this here again, the OTP, is what I was explaining before. This is the message you'll get sent to your mobile phone. Spelling errors are a big one. You'll find that your messages that get sent via even AI, the scammers are now using AI, ChatGPT, and things like that to create these messages. They still don't look quite right. So look deeply into these messages. Look at messages you've got previously from your bank or the organisation or the ATO, and you'll find that a lot of the time it's wrong. Request for login details or OTP. Your bank, your organisation, the Australian government, any of those organisations will never, ever ask for your bank details. Never. Not bank details, sorry, login details. They'll never ask for it. So that is a hint straight away. And links to unexpected text or in your emails. Again, if it looks strange, delete it. What's worse going to happen? They'll have to send it again. Okay? So 84 million was lost in phishing emails in 24-25 alone. Text messages remain the most reported contact method. So don't click on links in your text message that you're not sure about. What's the worst that can happen? Like I said, you'll have to re-get that message. Spot the red flags. Okay, these are some of the biggest red flags that you'll see when you are being scammed. Urgent and pressure. Act now or you'll lose everything. Requests for secrets, pins, passwords, OTP, card details. No organisation will come out and outright and say they need any of this information. Of course, you can pay for things over the phone. That's different. But no one will call out and ask for your PIN, your password, OTP. It would just never, ever happen. Suspicious links in a text message, email, or pop-up. Generally, from anyone real, you won't see that. If it's Microsoft, if you're using, say, a Defender for your computer, it will never just pop up and say, hey, look, click on this to remove your virus. It will give you an idea that you've got a virus, but it won't send you an email, it won't text you. Remote access. Now, this is a tough one, as I said, for my industry. If someone rings you up unsolicited that you've never heard from before and asks you to install a product like this, don't do it. If you've requested from, say, Jim's IT, Geeks to You, Avatech, one of the big companies, then that's different. You've initiated that. Keeping secrets. This is one of the biggest ones. And I've had this when I've tested some of these call centers. They'll say, don't tell anyone. Don't tell your husband, don't tell your daughter, don't tell this person, don't tell the bank what you're doing when you go in there, because something will happen. And again, too good to be true. If it's too good to be true, guaranteed high returns, there's nothing ever guaranteed, okay? And again, I'll come back to here, don't tell anyone. This is the biggest one. Okay, so stop, check, protect. Stop, pause when anything seems urgent or unexpected, okay? Stop and check it. Call the bank using the official phone number from your card, if it's from the bank, right? So flip over your card, there'll be the phone number there on the back of your card. Use that phone number. Don't use the number that they send you. Protect. Never ever share your PIN number, password, or OTPs with anyone. No one needs them. They are yours. Okay? No one is ever going to ring you up from one of these organizations and request them from you. They just never will. If you think you've been scammed, what do? Call your bank immediately, or the institution that you think scammed you. Use the number on the back of your card. And this is something that isn't being done enough. Report it to ScamWatch. That's the Australian ScamWatch, because what will happen there, they'll get more information and they'll be able to keep a big eye out for this. Get support from ID Care. They'll be able to help you out. And look, there is no shame in being scammed. I will admit that I've been scammed, and I work in the IT industry. So there is no shame in it, okay? Important resources and contact information. Now, in Australia, we've got ScamWatch, we've got Report Cyber, and that's the police science. Now, I just want you to take note of these addresses here. We've got gov.au, and your bank on the back of your card. If it's an absolute emergency, call 000. But if you need support, and look, this is not shameful at all. If you've been scammed in any way, you'll feel down and depressed, okay? You will. Please call out to Lifeline, Beyond Blue, any of those centres, and they'll be able to walk you through it. You're not stupid. You're not naive. These people are just very, very good, okay? There's a lot of support out there. And look, if it's something that's popping up on your device, call an IT company. Again, I've listed a few during the job, and I will say I do work for Jim's IT. I own a area with Jim's IT, and I own Avatech here in Sydney. So call out to us, call out to anyone. We've got people all around Australia that will be able to help you. Now, normally I have a group of people sitting in front of me, so you'll be able to put up your hand and ask questions. But have you received these calls? Is there something you need help with? Send me a message. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. We're here to help you. We're not here to criticise. We're not here to judge. We're here to help. I hope this has helped you. And if it has, please let me know. Thank you, and I look forward to talking to you next time.